I hadn't seen my cousin Eli in over a decade. We'd grown up side by side every summer on his family's farm in North Carolina. But then life happened. College, jobs, distance. So when he texted me out of the blue saying, "Hey man, if you ever want to come down and escape the city for a bit, my door's open," I figured, why not? I needed the break. Eli still lived on the same farm where we spent our childhood, chasing chickens and camping under the stars. It was one of those big, creaky houses built before people worried about insulation or floor plans. Everything was wooden, floors, walls, stairs, and the place had this smell I could only describe as earthy, like damp soil mixed with old books. When I pulled into the long gravel driveway, it was already late, around 9 p.m. The porch light was flickering like something out of a horror movie. I laughed to myself. Bad omen number one. Eli came out to greet me with a big grin and a tighter hug than I expected. He looked older, rougher around the edges, but still that same kid who used to dare me to jump into the creek in my underwear. Inside, not much had changed. Same ugly floral couch, same crooked family portraits lining the staircase. The only major update? Eli lived alone now. His folks had passed years ago, and he said he preferred the quiet. We stayed up drinking whiskey and playing cards. Eventually, somewhere around midnight, he offered me the guest room upstairs. "It ain't fancy," he said, "but the bed's clean and the ghosts are friendly." He laughed. I half laughed too. I remembered that old joke from when we were kids. The room at the top of the stairs was always the coldest. I thought it was just a draft back then. Now, I wasn't so sure. The guest room was small, with one window that overlooked the back field. No TV, no clock, just a bed, a dresser, and a mirror nailed to the wall across from the bed, which I instantly hated. I lay there in the dark, scrolling on my phone until I lost signal. Figures. Middle of nowhere. After a while, I just let the silence take over and drifted into sleep. Sometime later, I don't know when, I woke up. The room was pitch black except for the moonlight bleeding in through the window. It was quiet. Too quiet. Not even the crickets were chirping. Then I heard it. A faint scraping sound, like someone dragging something across the hallway floor outside my door. I froze. My heart kicked up. The house was old. Noises happened. But this wasn't the house settling. This was slow, deliberate, like someone didn't want to be heard. I sat up, listening. The scraping stopped. Then, a tap. On the other side of the door, just one, like a single knuckle against the wood. I whispered, "Eli?" No answer. I got out of bed, walked slowly to the door, and opened it just a crack. The hallway was empty, but the mirror across from my bed, that damn mirror, I swear, I saw a shadow in it. Just for a second, standing at the far end of the hallway, tall, still, watching. I turned on the lamp and the shadow was gone. Maybe it was the drink or leftover city stress. I shut the door, left the light on this time, and crawled back into bed. The next time I woke up, it was 3:12 a.m. I remember because I had plugged my phone back in and saw the time before the screen went black again. Dead battery. This time, the air in the room felt heavier, like something was pressing down on the ceiling. And that's when I noticed the mirror was fogged up from the inside. I hadn't taken a shower. No one had been in there, and it wasn't steam. It looked like breath. I got out of bed, approached the mirror, and as I got closer, I realized something had been drawn into the fog. Not a message, a face. A crude, smiley face with hollow eyes, like a child would draw, but distorted, too wide, too low. I backed away. Suddenly, I heard it again, scraping, but this time inside the room, right behind me. I turned around, heart in my throat, and nothing was there, except now the closet door was open, just an inch. I hadn't touched it, hadn't gone near it. I rushed across the room and slammed it shut, shoved a chair in front of it, then ran downstairs to find Eli. He wasn't in the living room or the kitchen. I found him standing barefoot in the back field, wearing only his boxers, staring up at the sky. "Eli," I called. He didn't answer right away. He just kept staring up, like he was sleepwalking. Then finally, he turned around. His face was pale, eyes red. "What do you mean they?" I asked. Eli shook his head. "I never wanted to tell you. I didn't think they'd show up while you were here." "Who, Eli?" He looked at me with this hollow expression and said, "Whatever lives in that mirror." It started after Dad brought it home from that estate sale in Tennessee. First, it watched. Then it copied. I didn't believe him. Not fully. Not until he showed me the attic. In the attic, behind a stack of boxes, was a second mirror. Identical. Cracked in the center. Like something had tried to crawl out. Eli said he smashed the first one, but a few days later, the mirror reappeared in the guest room, perfectly whole. "It won't let me leave this house anymore," he whispered. "And now you've seen it." I left at sunrise, didn't say goodbye, just got in my car and drove, the gravel spinning beneath my tires like a bad dream fading. When I got home, I tried to put it behind me. Told myself it was just stress, alcohol, a weird night. But 2 days ago, something happened. I woke up at 3:12 a.m. My bedroom mirror, one I've had for years, was fogged, and there was a face drawn into it, just like before. I wiped it away with shaking hands, trying to convince myself it was nothing. But as I turned to leave the room, I heard it. Tap, from the inside of the mirror. They always come at 3.